Hi everyone and welcome back to the Crazy Baker Kitchen, and today we're going to be doing a brioche plait. This is once again a very easy recipe, and if you've been here before and you know the format, don't forget your recipe is in the description below the video, and also whilst you're down there you'll find some playlists of more recipes. And if you want to, please subscribe and please share. Anyway, we'll get right on with the video. Now before we get into the recipe, first thing you need to know is the temperature. The temperature of your room needs to be around about 20 Celsius. This is probably a good figure for making brioche. If it's a little bit hotter, then you may be relying on a fridge along the way. And for your recipe, you want 225 grams of bread flour, 2 grams of salt, and 2 grams of bread improver. Now you don't have to use bread improver, but you can if you want. 14 grams of active yeast, 25 grams of castor sugar, 50 grams of milk and 2 large eggs, 95 grams of butter. Add your salt and improver in. Add your sugar in. Add your yeast in. And just give this a stir around. And now you'll need your machine. What you need is a 3-speed, or if you've got an 8 or 10 speed, that doesn't matter, because you're going to be relying on a medium speed all the way through. Now this dough will be a little bit more slacker than you normally used to when you do bread baking or making buns or rolls or something like that. It is a slacker because obviously the butter will go back into a runny form, but later on when you're proving it, you'll find it will go tight again, or not that tight. But if you feel as though it's really runny, then do add more flour in. We add all our dry ingredients into the mixing bowl. Put our hook on. And we start it mixing on 1st speed. Now just add in your eggs and milk. Now you need to put this on to medium speed. Now we're going to be mixing this for around 10 minutes. Now it's started to form a dough. We're now going to add in our butter. Give this a little scrape off the bottom. Now just chuck in your butter. This is obviously softened butter. It's always better to have everything at room temperature. We'll now put the mix back on, and we'll put this back onto medium speed. We'll stop it a minute and give it a scrape down. Just give it another scrape down. Now this dough will be softer than a normal dough. It's supposed to be. and back onto medium speed. Right, the dough's ready. Now the dough's ready, we need to transfer it into another bowl. But I would suggest you getting something like a prep spray. This is a spray oil. I do sell this on my eBay store. The link is in the description below the video. And all we're going to do is spray around the bowl. And now we're going to transfer our dough into this bowl. We're going to be resting this dough so it's doubled its size. And that'll take around about 1 hour. And all we need to do is cover it with plastic or just a tea towel. While your brioche is ready, we'll get it out and pop it onto the table. Now for the brioche plait, so we're going to scale this at 3 at 140 grams. We're going to mould these round first. And this is sort of basically your knockback. It is quite warm in this kitchen, so the butter is actually going back to liquid. So you could do with putting this in a fridge if you want, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep going regardless. Right. And there's your 3 pieces. And now we're going to mould these into plaits. So we want to start out just rolling it to the centre, a bit like that. Again, taking it up. Yeah, I think I'm going to pop this in the fridge. Now the kitchen's so hot in here, if you've got the same thing, it's no point me trying to do this. It's not working. So what we're going to do is pop this in the fridge. Just got these out the freezer. I've only had them in there for 5 minutes and they've gone chilled down nicely. So we'll start back over where I left off. What I'm going to do with these now is just roll them out and just roll it back up again like that. You can see the inside was still soft. Bit of flour on it. Let's do the same with this one. And just roll them up. Put some flour down. Now when you're making these in the winter time or in a nice cool bakery, it's fine, but it's very, very hot today. So we're going to just roll these out to about 2 hands length. We'll get some flour on it. And we'll start with this one. Again, take it down a little bit and just, we're sort of pointing off the ends like this. Like that, and that's the first one. Do the same with this one, bit of flour. Right, and there we go. So, you can just imagine what we're going to be doing next. This one goes over here, and this one now goes over here, and you go like this all the time. Cross over, cross over, cross over, and push that down. And all we're going to do is just chuck it over the other side, like that. Same again, over, 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 over. And there's your plait. It's as simple as that. So what you need now is a tray. This is just an ordinary tray with some baking parchment on, or silicone paper. Just pop that on. Now I'm going to put this one crossways, deliberately because it's sort of longer this way. Just take off that flour. And now for proving your brioche, your temperature wants to be around about 25 Celsius, and we're going to be proving them for around about 1 hour. So you can prove it up by covering it over, or put them in a box. And now we're our plait, all we're going to do is wash the top over with egg wash. Now egg wash is 1 egg with some water. And now we've egg washed the brioche plait, we're going to pop a few sesame seeds just down the middle. Now it's time to get your oven on. Your oven temperature wants to be at 160 Celsius, and we're going to be baking these for around about 35 minutes. Now halfway through, do turn them round, because if your oven's like my oven, it's got a mind of its own in it. And now we'll get her into the oven. And 12 minutes in, you want to check your oven, because if the temperature's a little bit high, you can always turn down the temperature. And also you'll want to be turning your brioche round in the oven. The brioche is ready. We'll get it out of the oven. Once you get it out, you need to pop it straight onto a wire just to cool it down properly. Cool, that looks absolutely scrummy. It's as easy as that. Now if you want more recipes like this, please subscribe and please share. And don't forget, your recipe is down in the description. There's a little pull down this side or that side. Just press that and it drops down and you'll get your recipe. And we'll see you again very shortly in the Crazy Baker kitchen on the Crazy Baker channel. Laters! This is the Crazy Baker channel. Baking, lifestyle, recipes, reviews, I am the Crazy Baker. Please subscribe and please share. Laters!